What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? We're in here with East Coast Athletics, another live stream. I think I wouldn't say we're late. I would say we're right on time. Exactly, the time that we wanted to go live right before the 800-meter finals. It's gonna be a really good race. Mm. So tonight, the final night of competition, we have pretty much like four finals, exciting finals coming up. One of them is the 800-meter finals, and it's gonna be a good one. I think Jamaica has Natoya Gould in the finals. Let me take a look at it here. Yes, Natoya Gould is in the final. She's in lane 2. But the big thing, the athlete that everybody's talking about is Ating Mo of the United States. This race should be a really good race. Um, Quite a few season bests was ran to get into this final, so I expect it to be a really good race. I'm sure Randy watching this race because that's his event. I hope Natoya Gould could get in the medals. She has been running the 800 for a while, and hmm, my video feed is glitching. I don't know why. Maybe it's the internet. But quality field, and I think the times are gonna be really good. Very hopeful that Gould will get a medal in this race because she I don't think she has any medals, on the world championship or Olympic level. So she has made the finals multiple times, but she hasn't really medaled. So this would be very good for her. Come on, Gould. Let's go. Mo is out front. Mo is running really smart, running on the outside of lane one, keeping everybody at bay. So it's United States followed by Britain in this final. I hope Gould could take a bronze. That was a really good race by Mo. I think Gould ran a pretty good race, but she kind of fell off the pace a little bit too much. She needed to be closer to the front for when she decided to make her move. I mean, the prediction was Mo winning, so that's pretty much what everyone expected. I was just hopeful for Jamaica to get in the medals, but it was, in my opinion, it was clear that Mo was gonna win because she's the Olympic champion, and she's also, I would say, the favorite going in. She's on home soil, so she's definitely gonna perform to the best of her ability. Yeah, it was a great execution from her. She timed the race perfectly. She didn't go out too hard. You could tell that she was reserving some of her energy in that first lap. You know, she took the lead when it matters most, when it mattered most. But Gould could have made a better effort to get in the medals. But still a solid performance from Natalia Gould of Jamaica. Pretty good race by Mo. Solid race. Gould season best 157. That's a really good run. Okay. So Botswana is in the finals. So we have just seen the 800-meter women finals. So next we have the 100 hurdle finals for women. And this is going to be a really good one. Brittany Anderson of Jamaica, Danielle Williams of Jamaica. And Danielle Williams, is a good performer. She have been running pretty good times, over the years. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago. She was #1 in the world, and she did medal at the championship. I think she she got third. So she might, have a few tricks up her sleeve for this final. Kendra Harrison of the United States is also in the final, along with Armstrong of the United States. Charlton of Bahamas is there too. Do you believe individuals who run the 100 meter would get the same results running? Yes and no. And the reason why I say yes and no is because the athletes that run the 100, most of the time they have a little bit more muscle. So their body structure or physique is different. They're much more muscular than the 400 meter athletes. They might fear of running the 200, but not so much because their endurance might not be at the level that it is supposed to be at. But if they train for it, they should be able to run the 200. But the 400, they would have to put in a lot of work to be able to run the 400 with the same level of competitiveness and and intensity. I think that the fact that they're fast, they have the speed from the 100, that would play a big role a big factor into how well they're able to run the 400, because even though the 400 is a speed endurance race, the speed part of it is really important. So I think that the fact that they're fast will play in their favor. So if they could get the endurance part of everything intact, then they'll be able to run fast times in the 4 and the 2. But off the bat, they won't be able to just get up and go to the 2 or the 4 and run fast. They have to train at least, I would say, at least in 2 years of hard training in order to effectively run the 2 and the 4. And it's the same, the opposite way around. If the 400 meter or the 200 meter athlete is to step down, they have to put in a lot of work in order to get a lot more explosive and gain more stride frequency compared to the stride frequency they have running the 2 and the 400 meter. Pretty much you asked the question and kind of answered it at the same time. It would be challenging based on the distance, but if they train for it, then it shouldn't be an issue. It should be perfectly fine. Fred Curley stepped down from the 4 to the 2 and the 1, did pretty good. I've known athletes that went up from the 1 and the 2 to the 4, did pretty good as well. So it's just a matter of how well you prepare for the event that you're about to run. You could be a 100-meter runner and go up to the 4, and because you were prepared, you did the necessary work, you're able to run that 400-meter effectively and win. So it's just a matter of your preparation. But it's funny because growing up, going through high school and college, it's always the sprinters that run faster 400 splits in the 4x4. The quarter milers will always run fast splits, but it's like a sprinter could just jump on the track and run a fast 400-meter 4x4 split without putting in a lot of work, because of the fact that, you know, it's all in the name of competition. Because when they're on the track for that 4x4, it's a matter of just running that one race. It's one race. It's not as if you're running 400s every week, or you're running one today, one tomorrow, one the next day. So it's not heat, semifinal, final. It's just one run, you know. And as long as you could use that speed to your advantage in terms of getting out and staying relaxed, staying smooth throughout the race, you know, and use the energy that you reserve from staying relaxed to come home, 9 out of 10 chances you're going to run a fast time as a sprinter. And that's the reason why they always toss 200-meter runners on the 4x4. It's something that they always do. When they can't, when they don't have any enough 400 runner, they put 200 runners out there. When they don't have any 200 runners, they'll throw us a sprinter out there as well. So, you know, it all depends. It all depends. But I think it's harder the opposite way around for the 400-meter athlete to come down to the 100 and do really good. It's easier for the sprinter to go up because it's easier to gain endurance, but it's harder to gain raw speed. Raw speed, that's just your natural talent. That's what, you know, you were born with. Yes, each event has their own strategies, and I would go as far as say they have their own, they're unique. There's some uniqueness in every event, in that for the one the 100-meter, you have to be explosive and be able to hold that speed. For the 200, you have to be explosive as well as being able to not only hold the speed but hold it over a longer distance. So it's twice the distance of the 200, of the 100, which is pretty evident. But when it comes to the 400, no individual could run a 400-meter all out. So it's a matter of when you take a break. And when I say take a break, I mean relax your upper body, let your legs do the work, and then you know, get your arms back into it, you know, at specific points in the race. So it's like, you with a 400, you break it into 4 100-meter. That's the best way to explain it. Not at the same time. There has never been anyone to run all 3 events at once. When I say at once, you know what I mean, like in one championship. But the Sharika Jackson of Jamaica is the only female to run sub 10.8 seconds, sub 22, as well as sub 50 points. So she ran 49 seconds, which is a fast 400. She ran 21.45, which is a fast 200, and she ran 10.73, which is a fast 100. There's no other athlete on the planet that have ever done that. So, that's that's a great achievement. Really, really good achievement. Well, as I said, it's a matter of the race that you're running. You gotta kind of break it apart and execute it based on the race. For the 100, it's an all-out sprint. You gotta try to get the best start or get a great start. Then you gotta execute your dry phase, and after you execute your dry phase, you gotta transition into your running, into your turnovers, and then the last 40 meter is like a maintenance phase. So I've never really run the 100, but from my understanding, the first 30-40 is the dry phase, where you're pretty much pushing off the track. So they'll say push, push, push. And then after you cover the first 40, then you're transitioning into that upright running posture. And then you maintain after that, because after 60 meters, you cannot generate, or you can't build any more speed. So at that point, you have to just maintain the speed that you've already built or developed throughout the first 40 meters of the race. So that's pretty much how you run the 100. The 200, on the other hand, is a little bit different. Every athlete will run the 200, a little bit different. Some 200-meter athletes just run the whole race. They don't really relax at any point, while some 200-meter athletes run the first 40 meter or 50 meter all out. Then they relax their body, relax their arms, they don't slow down. They just let the momentum take them like an additional 30, 40 meters, and then coming off that turn, they go 100% again, which give them that slingshot to go down the straightaway. So as I said, different race, different strategy. For the 4, I could tell you about the 4 because that's the event that I run. So for the 400, I normally get out for the first 80 meters, and that's one of the reasons why I like running from lane 6, 7, or sometimes 5, because running on lane 5, 6, or 7, give or take, is like 80 to 90 meters. 80, yeah, run about like 70 to 80 meters to get to the straightaway, the back straightaway. So all I have to do is run that turn as hard as I can, as fast as I can. And when I get to the back straightaway, I tuck my arms, let my legs roll all the way up the back straightaway. When I get to the 200-meter mark, I start moving my arms a little bit more, starting to build up. And by the time I get to the 150, I'm pretty much 100% running again. So like I'm arms, legs, everything all the way, and I try to hold that to the line. That's how I run it. There are other athletes who they'll run the first 100 meter 80%, then they run the middle 200, which is from the 300 meter mark to the 100 meter mark, and then they just try to hold on from there. While you have some athletes that just, I think they try to build up each 100. How they do that, I don't know, but every athlete strategy is different, and every coach, I guess every coach strategy is different as well. Presently, they have the 100-meter hurdle finals on the track. Wow, the time is rolling. It's 9:58 already. But as you can see, a lot of people like the sprints more, the 100, the 200. A lot of people are more interested in the short sprints. The 1 and the 2, everybody loved the 1 and the 2 because nobody really liked the lactic acid that comes with the 4 and the 8, especially the 4. Running the 4 hurts. And most athletes hate the 400. I mean, I don't mind the 400 because my tolerance for the lactic acid is, you know, completely, different. I could deal with the lactic acid, but a lot of other athletes they can't. So they kind of shy away from it, even though they might be good at it. They don't like running it. Because as I was saying before, you can't run the whole 400 all out. So, the faster you cover, so put it this way, lactic acid is going to start building up run about 40 seconds. So the closer you could get to the finish line, by the time that 40-second comes, the better you'll be. And you got to try to get there as fast and as relaxed as possible while pretty much conserving as much energy as possible so you could use that energy to finish the race. So if that 40 seconds take you to 380 meters or 370 meters, you'll be able to run a much faster time because at that point you just have 30 meters to go, and whatever energy you have left, you could use that to finish the race. But Great Britain in lane 1. Daniel Williams. I think Jamaica is going to get a medal in this race. Can predict what position. I hope both of them medal, but it's it's not that easy to predict the sprint hurdles because of the fact that you could hit one barrier and it throw off your whole race. So that's something that you definitely got to take into consideration. I think well, after this race, then I'll share my thoughts on the 4x4. Let's go, Daniel. Daniel is out. Daniel is out. Okay. Nigeria set a new world record. Nigeria just ran a new world record, new championship record, new national record, and she is the world champion. Uh that's a tough question. I would do both, but it would be harder to do the first one because running professionally requires a lot of sacrifice, and it also takes a lot of hard work and determination, and I don't think those are anything that I'm lacking or things that I'm scared of. But what the main thing that bothered me throughout the years of me competing was injuries. And in order to prevent some of those injuries, you have to be able to implement certain things into your track and field career in order to prevent those injuries. So you would have to have a masseuse. You you have to pretty much get therapy treatment. You have to see a chiropractor. There are a lot of little things that come into play. You have to make sure you're wearing proper footwear and stuff like that. So it's a little tedious, but it can be done. It's a little tedious, but I would do both. The first one, just I think I would really have to have that support, and if I do have that support, I think I would, because one of the things too, as a professional athlete, it's hard for you to have a job and train effectively, because you will be able to train, and I would say train effectively too, but you won't be able to rest properly, because when you're supposed to be resting, you're going to be at work, because you have a life outside of track and field. So I think that's that is one of the barrier when it comes to athletes going pro that don't have a shoe contract. So you find that most of the athletes that do have a shoe contract tend to do a lot better than the ones that don't, unless the ones that don't have a shoe contract have a really good support system, that helps them to get to the level where they're able to get a shoe contract. That's what I think. But coaching, yeah, I would definitely coach. I actually have coaching certification. It's just not recognized here in the United States right out the gate. I would have to go and take an American certification in order to coach here in the United States, which they're gonna teach me stuff that I already know, that I was already taught back in Jamaica, but we already know how that works. It's a money making thing, so it is what it is. It says, you said, what would you say is the most common injury if not training properly or miscalculating a race and opponents? Well, the main injury is hamstring injury. Hamstring injury is something that could make you, not could make you, it could break you. Because I remember one season I was in superb shape. That year, I knew I was going to run like 20.3 or 20.4, but I ran the 400, won the 400, and then I was like, let's go for the 200. And at that point, I've never had like a cramp, a hamstring cramp in a race before, but I guess never say never. I was running on the lane 3, which I think I made it very clear that the outer lanes are better. But I was like, you know what? The lanes don't matter, so let's just run. I got out before I got to the middle of the turn. I was already leading, and this is in a 200. So I covered everyone all the way up to lane 7 within the first 50 meters. And when I was coming off the turn, because I pretty much tried a different strategy in that 200. I ran the first 50-meter really hard, then kind of relaxed a little bit, and then when I was coming off the turn at the 120, I tried a slingshot, and as soon as I started pressing again, I just felt my hamstring grab. And when I came to a complete stop on the straightaway, like when I literally came to a complete stop, that was when all the other athletes passed me. And the winner of the race ran 21.4. And I was more than 15 meters ahead of them. So I knew that day I knew I was going to run like 20.5, 20.6, maybe even faster. Because that was like, I think that was my second 200 for the season. I wasn't even doing speed work at the time. But hamstring injuries, yeah, they'll end your season real quick. And one of the things too, I think a lot of athletes don't take care of their hamstrings the way they're supposed to, and it's one of the most used muscle when they're running, and it's one of the most fragile muscle as well. So, stretching your hamstring properly before you race and train is very crucial. And I'm not talking about just static stretching, I'm talking about static and dynamic stretching, to get that hamstring flexible. And the dynamic stretching is to maintain the elasticity, of the hamstring muscle, so you're able to so they're able to contract and relax the way they're supposed to, during your race. Because one of the things, a lot of athletes, the way they think they use their hamstring is not really how they use their hamstring. But I personally think athletes don't really learn these little things unless they go to school for it. Say they do sports medicine, or they do some form of um physiology class, or anatomy, or kinesiology, or something like that. When you do subjects like that, it, as an athlete, it helps you to understand pretty much how the body functions. And like sports medicine itself helps you to understand and know the muscles that you use, when running, and the type of contractions. I'm gonna have to do a whole video on some of these topics, because there's so much, to talk about when it comes to injuries, and injury prevention, as well as muscles to strengthen when it comes to sprinting. But the most common injury, hamstring injury. So I think Jamaica got a silver in the 100-meter hurdles. So let's finish. Yeah, Jamaica got a silver in the finals of the 100-meter hurdles. Let me make sure I'm telling you guys the right thing. Just clicked on it. Yep. Anderson of Jamaica got a silver in a time of 12:24. Quinn of Puerto Rico got a bronze in 12:23, and Amusan of Nigeria got gold in a world record time of 12:06, breaking her previous world record. Now we are waiting to see the 4x4 women and 4x4 men. I think that America is gonna go for the record, because they're definitely gonna put McLaughlin on that relay. I'm gonna take a look at the start list. So I think the men are gonna run first. So let's look at the men's start list. So Botswana is running out of lane 1. Lane 2 is France. Japan is lane 3. Czech Republic is lane 4. Belgium is in 5. 6 is the United States. So let's kind of check out the United States team. So we got Elijah Godwin, Michael Norman, Bryce Deadman, Champion Allison. So that's their team. Then we got Poland in lane 7, Jamaica in lane 8. So we got Akeem Bloomfield of Jamaica starting, Nathan Allen running second leg. Javon Powell running third. Christopher Taylor running the ankle leg. And then Trinidad and Tobago, we have Dwight St. Hilaire starting, Jareem Richard second leg, Shaquem McKay third. What's that? Govera, Asha Govera, anchor. So 9 teams in the men 4x4 final. But I think that before the 4x4 men final, they will have the decathlon 1500 meter. That's the last event for the decathlon men. So I'm gonna look at the female start list. I want to see if they're running Allison Felix, if the US is running Allison Felix. So Switzerland is in lane 1, Italy is in lane 2, Belgium again is in lane 3, Jamaica in lane 4, lane 5 is United States. So we do not have a Allison Felix in the women 4x4. We have Dalia Mohammed, Sydney McLaughlin, they're running back-to-back, third and anchor. And we have Britton Wilson, Talida Dig is leading off. Germany, Victoria Arugu. Oh wow. Nicole Yergin, Jesse Knight, and Lavia Nelson. For Canada, we have Natasha McDonald. So they have 9 teams for the men and 8 teams for the women. Why didn't they have 9 teams for the women as well? This guy went all the way. He's leading by a good. He's leading by a good 20, 30 meters. He got one lap to go. Okay, let's go. Let's close the championship out in style. Let's run these 4x4. Time for the 4x4. What are they waiting for? $35. So we got 5 minutes. 5 minutes to the finals of the men 4x4. Got to push the standards back a little bit. Okay. 3 minutes to go. This is going to be a really good 4x4. Men's 4x4 relay final. Kevin Barley. Penultimate men event. Trinidad in lane 9. Bloomfield. Y'all better do something special. This is a tough race to predict. Yep, the anticipation is definitely real. Because this race is a very hard race to predict. I don't know. I don't know. Belgium team is pretty good. Jamaica team is okay. Poland team is good. The US team is really solid. Botswana team is pretty good as well. I don't know. We're going to have to see. Maybe. But this race is going to be... Yeah, this race is going to be hot. Botswana team is solid. Okay, let's go. No, maybe the women, not the men. The women might run a world record, but not the men. Okay, let's go Bloomfield. Let's go Bloomfield. Let's go Bloomfield. Move. US is out. US is out. This race is going to be close for second and third. Come on, Jamaica. Stay in the mix. Stay in the mix. Outside, Allen. Outside. Outside. We got to get a medal. Go past him. 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 Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Move. All right. It seems as if Jamaica is able to get a medal in this one. All right. Let's go. Just keep it close. Keep it close. Keep it close for Taylor. Keep it close. So all you got to do. Keep it close for Christopher Taylor. That's all you got to do. Keep it close. He'll take care of the rest. Keep it close. Keep it close. Don't let them catch you. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Silver medal for Jamaica. Let's go, Taylor. Let's go. Come on, Taylor. Let's go, Christopher. Let's go, Taylor. Let's go, Taylor. Let's go, Taylor. Let's go. Silver medal. Let's go. Let's go. Hold him off. Let's go. Hold him there. Hold him there. Silver medal for Jamaica. Silver. Silver. Yes. 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 Good job, Taylor. Good job. Good job. That was a splendid run from Christopher Taylor. As a matter of fact, splendid run by the Jamaica team. They did exactly what they're supposed to do, and it worked out. Keep it there. Just keep it close. Taylor would have definitely taken care of it. Ain't nobody gonna pass him on the inside or outside. I can guarantee you that much. Yes, the U.S. team is out. I mean, it's clear that the race wasn't about who's gonna win, because it's clear that the U.S. was gonna win the 4x4, but who was gonna finish second? That's where the race was, for second and third. The race was for second and third, and that's the world lead. They were trying to go for the world record, but they fell short. Jamaica ran a season best 2:58. That's solid. Solid time. I'm proud of them. Hold up. Did they just say that Christopher Taylor split 43? Did they just say Christopher Taylor split 43? Ooh, wicked. So we had 243 splits for Jamaica. Nathan Allen split 43, and Christopher Taylor split 43. 45 for Bloomfield, and I think 44 for the next athlete. That was a solid race. I think this race is going to be pretty much the same. Really good run from the Jamaica team. Belgium third, Japan fourth, TT fifth, Trinidad and Tobago fifth, Botswana sixth. Yeah, that was a really solid run. I think the female 4x4 is gonna yield the same result as the men 4x4. US gonna win. Jamaica is gonna be second. Yeah, that's pretty much what it's gonna be. That's exactly what's gonna happen. I think the females might get the world record. I think US might break the world record for females. But I think it all depends on what Mohammed and McLaughlin run. And we got 4 minutes to go before this championship comes to an end. 4 minutes. Really good race. I'm predicting McLaughlin gonna split 48 low and Mohammed gonna split 49. The next two athletes gonna split 49. I think this is gonna be another world record. I don't know why they don't show it. They should show the splits on the results website. It's about that time. They stalling. Let's go. Let's go, Jamaica. Give us another medal. Cherokee, Stephanie and McPherson. They bring in Russell, Candice McLeod. Solid team. This is a real good team, a team that could compete with the United States. Presently, US only have, I think they have one athlete that could really do some damage, and that's McLaughlin. Outside of McLaughlin, I think Jamaica could definitely take them. Let's go, Jamaica. Let's go, Jamaica. Let's go, Jamaica. Let's go, McLeod. Okay, McLeod is out. Okay, Jamaica is running pretty good. McLeod is out. So is the United States. Yes, McLeod. Move. Yes. Yes. Let's go, Jamaica. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Russell. Okay, take that turn. Take that turn. Take that turn. Come on, Russell. She's a sprinter. All she got is speed. You got that endurance. Go past her. 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 McPherson, really? Come on. Come on, Stephanie Ann. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, you gotta run. You gotta go. 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 Move. Come on, Cherokee. Come on, Cherokee. Hold on to that silver. Hold on to that silver. Hold on to that silver. The race could have been a lot closer. A lot closer. That pass between Stephanie and Russell, I don't know what that was. Because Russell did a pretty good job. So I don't know how that happened where Great Britain got in front of McPherson. But you remember I was saying that they'll throw sprinters in the 4x4, 200 meters, 200-meter runners into the 4x4. This is a perfect example. They just tossed the US just throw in Abby Steiner, which is she's a 200-meter runner, and they put her in the 4x4 because she have the speed. That's all she had, and she did it in college. So they figure, okay, she did it in college, so she could do it here. All she got to do is keep it close. That's all they wanted her to do, and she did that. I know what I'm talking about. They threw Abby Steiner in there, but Russell, in my opinion, ran a little bit too clean because you made it to the break pretty much before Steiner. So there's no way you should allow her to just take it from you. You should have kept pushing because she's not as strong. You gave her the inside. You should have never gave her the inside. You should have kept her out. Keep running and keep her out. She's gonna back off because she's not gonna push to run that extra distance. She's a sprinter. You're a 400-meter hurdler. So you gotta keep her on the outside. Let her run that extra distance and burn her up. That's exactly what Russell should have done. Kept her outside, kept running, because you're gonna make it to the line regardless. Steiner is gonna run the extra distance and she can't handle it because as much as she's gonna try to stay relaxed, her legs are gonna burn because she's not a quarter miler. But I guess my predictions were still right because I said the US is gonna win it because I knew that McLaughlin was running the ankle leg, so I figure, she was gonna run a 48 split regardless. So pretty good championship overall. Got quite a few world records. I would say maybe like 3 or 4 that I could. No, hold up. 1, 2, 3, like 4 that I could remember. So that's pretty good. Pretty good championship. Think Jamaica closed it out pretty good. US did pretty good as well. Great Britain did pretty good. But tell you what, there's another championship next month, the Commonwealth Championship. So for a lot of the athletes, they still have another championship to go. This is just, I would even say the end of the season for most of the athletes or some of the athletes, because a lot of them may, go on to run in some of the Diamond League meets, because there's always meets after the World Championship. So, that's something to look forward to. But yeah, it was a pretty good championship. Good performances all the way around. Both on the track and in the field. So if you missed it, there'll be a lot of videos that you could go back and watch. Presently, they're doing the celebration for the 4x4. Okay, so the splits. Okay. So McLaughlin split 47.91. Russell split 49. Anker split 50.1. So Jamaica had 249 split and 250-point split. Pretty solid team. I have to look at that that list again to see what those splits are one more time. So guys, think I'm gonna close it out for the night. Was a very intriguing night. Love the performance. Definitely stay tuned because we'll be doing more live streams, going into the next championship next month. Gonna have a few special streams. Pretty much they're gonna be on Thursday. More than likely going back to my regular track talk Thursday. But outside of that, still have videos coming. So stay tuned, stay subscribed, like, leave a thumbs up, as always, maybe two. And it's your boy Ryan here with East Coast Athletics, signing out. Peace.